Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2, where we're now witnessing one of our vehicles driving over the brand new highway system that we implemented in the last episode. We were starting to experience quite a few little traffic problems on our current infrastructure leading up to Oak Bay. So what we've done is we created a big bypassing highway which has now unlocked all of this space, all of this area to easily access with our big highway system. What we've done is we upgraded the road here into a 4-lane road to use lane math into a big trumpet, and then we quickly forgot about lane math and then with a single highway back into lane math to then split into two different directions. One that treats a downtown more direct route to Oak Bay, and one that kind of comes around to the side, which I'm not particularly happy with, which we're going to hopefully solve in today's episode, which kind of utilizes Piper Mills and the other side of Oak Bay. Now, something else that we're having issues with is the fact that the trains here on this junction, they kind of cause a little bit of a jam, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and that's because we kind of awkwardly built this train line extension all the way up to Oak Bay. Now, it's needed because a lot of people use it, and it's how they mainly transport over here. And I feel like we need to switch it all up. So today, we are going to completely redo this whole area here to build a better road connection coming from that direction, and to create two train lines that better serve Oak Bay and the greater wider region. So if you are enjoying this series so far, then make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, what we need to do is, and this is painful to say, but I'm actually going to delete this, okay? I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete all the train lines that come with it. I've got to add it back in because obviously I don't have enough trains without it. It's all gone, it's all gone, it's all gone, it's all gone. Now, I'm going to also delete this train line that comes in. And the reason for that is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split from here and there two train lines. One that comes from Sycamore from that direction, and the one that comes from Redwood from this direction. Run two lines simultaneously that run directly into the two lines there, and that's their end station. So currently, the line in question that comes over here, if we go ahead and view it, it comes from Oak Bay, and all it does, it stops in Piper Mills before making its route. You can see the blue line there. Can I view that details on its own? There we go. Down to Redwood and then to downtown Redwood. So all I'm going to do, rather than making it go through Piper Mills, we're going to make it come through Redwood Port and then go that way instead. So if you're in Piper Mills or in Derby, you've got to then transfer over here, which is a bigger station with two platform setups, or 4 platform setups if you think about it, which makes life easier for us. And then I might do a different variation of public transport leading up. But then again, you've also got the boats that lead over there as well from Piper Mills up to the marina in Oak Bay. So there is options still. It's just I don't like that train junction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this line here, and I'm going to select the trains, passenger lines, and let me see if I can unconnect, which I don't think it's going to be that easy. The blue? No. Do you know what I'll do? I'll just delete the line, okay? We'll just delete that line, which is... What is it called? Hold on. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, we'll just delete you. It's now gone. It don't exist, right? Yeah, it no longer exists. So we're now going to officially get rid of the train tracks. And let me run this all the way up to there. You're gone. Delete you, because we're going to run these both straight. And now we've got to figure out how we get a connection all the way over. Damn! Now, I think... I don't know what we actually utilize in here with these double train tracks. We'll utilize this one here to turn, but I got to figure out which side am I running them on. Now, I think the left side's the better one because we can go under here. Yeah, the left side is the better one. So we got to figure out now my two double train track systems. So if I go by a +10 and I Right, let me anarchy this. So this is going to be trial and error, okay? It's going to be a little bit of trial and error. But you go like that. And then you go like that. So if I delete you. How do I delete that little bit there? Go down to the ground. And then you go down to the ground. Ooh, we got a nice little crissy-crossy. Someone's building a double slip. Right, delete. I panicked then, thinking it deleted the whole thing. Right, let's try that again. Up by a 10. That's gone slightly wonky. Are these the shenanigans we're now going to have? Right. There we go. So we're going to run 2 train lines together. Now, they could, in theory, share the same line. I don't know why I'm actually doing it as a double train track. I don't quite know what the reasoning behind this is going to be. But let me now just come out that way and then go this way all across. Oh, actually, let me move it a little bit further away, solely because if I choose to kind of widen the highway, then I've got room to add in four lanes. Right, delete you, delete you, delete you. And then I've got to do this in stages, because I know the land awkwardly dips. Alright, to there, to there, to there. You see, it kind of awkwardly dips right now. So if I grab you and then... Okay, maybe not. Right. I will never understand this game's ability to raise stuff. Like, I don't get the game and its raising capacities and capabilities. I'm just going to have to delete. And then... I mean, I don't go to a 20. That just seems absolutely wild right now. But you got to play around with the height. So if I go to there, but then just delete back a bit. And then we'll play around a bit more. So, do I just allow them to run on the same train track? It makes the most amount of sense. It really, really does. So I'm going to delete you, and just have it run on this. So bringing this across to there, and then we'll choose to do a nice little bend here. So it comes a little bit further away, so I can then implement my bendy wendies. And like I said, these are going to have to run again at some point together, so I might as well bring these both in, right? So back on the ground. I didn't need to delete that now, so... Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you reckon I should keep them separate or just keep them as they are? Right, there is such thing as too much. It doesn't merge great, does it? It doesn't merge great. I'm just gonna instead... What if I just went for like this? It just looks really, really ugly. Yeah, it looks really, really ugly. Right, let's just get this now connected then. So, this is interesting now. Do I make this go as an underpass? This road? I think the answer would probably be yes, but let me just delete it for just a hot min. Right. And then we'll bring this to about there. And then let me choose then to do a... Right, that runs like that perfectly. Oh, hang on, wasn't I going to do it on the other side? I was, wasn't I? Yes, because it kind of... The transfer now is going to be wild. So that is... Right, where's the snap? So that's crossing the 2 train tracks. Okay, interesting. And that's a 104. Right. Very interesting, but it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, it should not be a problem at all. That's going to be a problem, though. Me just deleting it like that without any thought behind it all. What a fool. What a fool. Right, that's now all connected. Right, so that's all done. Which now makes me wonder then, why did I delete the thing? Oh, I don't know. But I'm now going to rejig the landscape. I mean, honestly, boys, sometimes, right, I question my own abilities. Because I clearly did not need to delete this. You know what I mean? But I think it can stay there. It's just all this coming out is a bit of a shenanigan right now. So let's just quickly change the landscape. And let's go to the level tool. Let me make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to make it bend a different way around. So I like the idea of it maybe continuing down here. Let me go a little bit bigger. So we've got to go really slow, by the way, because if I don't, we kind of trip up over ourselves. As you can see there. And then we completely lose out. Is this level? This is level, right? Yeah. Alright, I'm going to bend it around a little bit. And there we go. We're going to do a nice little bendy-wendy. We'll all fine-tune it all. And I reckon we then bring it down this way. And then cut it in like that. So that's going to have to be all kind of sectioned off here. And let me just kind of quickly play around with this. And then just widen this for the entry point. And then just kind of fine-tune the swoop coming in like that. Right. It just gives me a little bit more space to play around with the train track connections. All here. So let me up this now. So close all of you to there. Easy does it. Right, there we go, there we go, there we go. And I'll have to end up deleting all the trees in the actual water bit now. Actually, don't put it back into play mode yet, because I've got to add the trains back in and all the people and passengers will disappear. Breathe. Right, there we go. So, I'm just going to get this main line connected over to there. So, we've got to drop this down. Now, before I do that, should I first figure out how I'm going to actually end this? Because I kind of wanted to... I kind of want to do it here in the center and build like a trumpet style. So if I was to do that, the trumpet would kind of have to be over this side to kind of bend it that way, or I can do it kind of coming down. Because I want it to be a bit more dead centered, but it all depends on how the trumpet connects. It's a better connection. It'll be a really small variation of it. I do like these trumpets. I do kind of like them. So if I go up to about a 10, and let's say I did it, for example, here. So this is very long, right? Ignore how long this is for just a minute. Right, that goes across like that. So, no, it's got to go across. I think it's got to go about there. So that gives me enough of a bend to go like that. Wait, hold on. Am I thinking of something else? No, we don't do a bend there. The bend's on this side. That actually could be okay. I'm going to move it one more. Right, pull it back to where it originally was. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it there. So I just need then this to hook up to there. So all this is now going to be deleted. So let me just put that to there for a minute. We're going to run this going straight. So I'm hoping we're still going to be okay. And then we can kind of see where the bend then needs to take place. So we'll just rejig this now. We'll rebuild it all. So delete to you, delete there, delete there. I'll delete that to there for just a min. All right, bring you to there. And then single lane it. So a 127. 130 is fine by me. That runs into there, perfect. And then a 102. 102. Alright, just slightly move this over. And then bring... Oh, this looked like a really good bend beforehand. And it still looks like a really good bend. So, let's not complain. Let's not complain right now. It's very straight though, isn't it? It is become very straight. But I can now drop that down. It goes under and connects in. And then let's just sort the rest of this trumpetto then out. Right, let's change our size. I might actually kind of play around with a little bit of a... I don't know. Is that too straight, do you reckon? Does it look too uniform? There's a part of me that thinks that looks way too uniform at this point. Oh, Zodiac, stop messing around. Please stop messing around. Right, we're going to bring it a little bit further out. So we'll do it by a 28. That's fine by me. We'll do a 50 by... No, let's not do a 50. Let's do a 54. Can I go 56? 55.8. 56. And we'll drop it down by 5. And then 56 to 0. And then we've got it. All we got to do now is implement our bends. Right, we've got to figure out where the slippy slip slips are going to go. So what we'll do is we'll upgrade this to a 4-lane road to begin with. Like that. And then we'll just take away what we need to take away. So that coming down goes like... That's a 52 by 57. That's fine. We can deal with that. Yeah, that will do. That will do. And we'll do the same here now. So if I upgraded you there, that needs to be elevated. And then we'll add it all in. And then I'll just then fine-tune what I need to fine-tune after. So we'll go from there to there. 93, 94... Perfect. And I don't know if I can replicate it this way. There we go. We'll do it there. Or is it best to go this way back and then just... switch it out after? Right, we'll just go to there. We'll flip it round. Oh, I've missed... How have I done that? How have I managed that? Right, let's try that again. Right, that will do, right? I think that will do. And let's just now sort out the lane math stuff. So, in that direction, you're like this. in... That becomes... Two that way. That's a 4 that way. That's a 4 there. That's all it needs to be. It's just I'm not a fan of what it's attempting to do here. I feel like this needs to be pushed further back a bit. Right, I'm going to go there. Let's upgrade. Ah, there we go. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. I don't know why, but for some reason that kind of went a little bit funky, didn't it? Right, does that do what I need to do? It does, but what I should have done is bend it directly from it to get the full swing in. Right, there we go. Nice little trumpetto. Does exactly what I need to do. You know, supports both sides. I'm just not sure if that's too straight of a line. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Because at the minute, I'm becoming a Karen and I'm just complaining. Right. So, what I'll do next is I'll run directly from there to where that snap is. There. Right. And then I'll delete back by a little bit on both sides. Okay, that one's going to be a little bit more. Okay, maybe a bit more. Just so I can then encourage the bend. So if I bring first this out, the bend on that is a 77. Or should I just go all the way from it? So that is a 99, 99, and then 150. That works. That works absolutely gloriously right now. So that's all now been transformed. I can run 2 train lines coming down, and they split there, which is great. All I've now got to do is incorporate the lines coming off to encourage them to connect in. So I reckon I bring you out to there. Let me go straight there. And let me run coming off that. There we go. And bam, in. So it just runs a little bit smoother. So that side's the easiest side to do, believe it or not. This one becomes a little bit more painful. So what I can do with this, I could get this to kind of, I mean, I could just run. Right after the bend. But it seems a little bit weird. We should just keep it really, really simple. Keep it really simple. And then if I do a... complex curve like that. Let me re-delete this. Because this might be... run you there. And then it should be as simple then as incorporating it all in. And having no problems. But I might now, looking at that, make this go a little bit further on the old complex. So longer bend. So it swoops in a bit better. So it's not exactly how I would have wanted it, but it doesn't look too shabby. It doesn't look too shabby. I could also incorporate these two coming in. Or do I leave it like that? I think I'll leave it like that for now. I got a little bit more room to work with. I can do more like, you know, parky stuff. If that makes it look a little bit better. So let me now just get in the deleted train lines. Oh, actually, before I do, let me... Oh, a line extension. Yeah, I might as well add it all in to give us maximum. And then... yeah. Just yeah. That's all I'm going to say, yes. Right, let me get the lines now in. So passenger rail will start here, and this will be the line that goes directly to Sycamore. And that's all it is. It's a direct route back and forth. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then on this side, this is the little bit more complicated one. Because it comes in. It does a stop there. Runs down. And we go for a stop here. Runs down. We go for a stop there. But now we've got the extension that allows us to run us all the way down to the airport. You know. Oak Bay needs an airport connection, boys. Might as well go the full shebang. All the way down. All the way down. Back up to here. Bam. And then all the way back. Nice. Now, those two brand new lines, we haven't given them a name yet, but this is going to give us 2 trains, which I think it only needs 1. Obviously, set the price to 3. The other one, line 5, price to 3. It is quite a long line. Is 3 or 4 trains too many? Do we do 4 trains? Let's go 4 trains. It could be a bad idea. It could be a bad idea. And now let's go back into play mode then. So now we're back into play mode. I've got to let the game now rejig itself. We've got a couple of issues here, there, and everywhere. So I think because we got the highway road here, it's now got rid of the lights, the electricity kind of connection. So if I run that to there, that then should give us electricity. Yes. But that's the only way we get electricity in this area, which is interesting. Gotta remember that. Right, we'll fast forward. Right now, we'll fast forward. All the trains are now coming out of the station. There we go, there we go. Everything I deleted has now been replaced back in. No more pressures on this junction over here. And we've got a proper highway connection right now over there. But obviously this one is just set up as it is. I think that does also cause us issues still. But we'll solve that when we see those issues arise again. And we've got 2 dedicated runs now coming in and out of Sycamore finally. So this is a proper system right now. I'm just going to wait for obviously the water to meet all the way over. But that also means I've got to get rid of the trees. So oak, multiples, and bring the brush size down. So is it as easy? Hang on, let me do brush strength up. Is it as easy right now just doing this? I think they're London planes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go right around. There we go. And I think they're London planes. Which ones are London planes? Yes, they're London planes. Right, and then once the water's reached there, should be all good. I got to smoothen it off a little bit. But let's just see how the water settles before anything else. Right, so dedicated runs then, which is great. Fantastic. We might have to kind of... I mean, then again, this is 4 lanes coming down, so why is this strip here not 4 lanes? It now makes a little bit of sense to do that. So, bam, bam, bam. Oh, messed that up. Completely messed that up there, haven't I? Right. Ungrade it to upgrade it. Ungrade it? I mean downgrade it. What am I talking about? Right, that's better. That is now better. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Using all the slips. Oh, there's no water over there. Oh, yeah, because I deleted that road. Of course I did. Of course I did. So, let me now get this road back in here. And I don't know how this is going to play out. So down by 20, is that too far, you reckon? There we go. I'm not a huge fan of it, but just for the sake of getting it back connected in. There we go. Do you know what? Pause. What is that? A minus 17.5, which is actually quite low, isn't it? Right, let's get down by 10 first. Why is that not dropping down enough? Let me upgrade tunnel. And... that's really weird, isn't it? That is really weird. I'm wondering if I can just slightly lower you. Just so I can then run. Huh? What is going on here? Right, bendy wendy. What? Right, hold on. Right, after my game just crashing like that, I've now finally fixed it. Oh, it's all fun and games, boys. It's all fun and games right now. But there we go. So that's now in. We're all set back up again. It's a brand new start to the day where everyone is now going to be heading to work. So I'm hoping we just got the trains implemented at the right time. I want to see a train cross over all of this. Is there a train on the way down or on the way back up right now? Considering I've got 4 trains on this line right now, it's awfully quiet here for trains. Okay, there's one coming down. I think there's one in the station. It waits, it crosses, no problemo. No problem. Look at the amount of vehicles using this highway system. It just goes to show how, I won't say how needed it was, but how kind of, you know, important it's now ultimately just become. This trumpet is doing a lot better work right now than what we had originally, which is interesting. And over here, we're all good. I think we're okay. I don't think there's anything to slightly worry about apart from the huge canyon-esque land formation change here that I got to smoothen all out. So I think we're okay. Trains running in, no problem, boys. I think this has made us this has made a huge improvement. I was not very happy with it. Now I'm starting not to mind much about the straightness there. But I think this is going to solve a huge world of issues. Right, we've got some problems over here now. So is it now time that we think about, you know, it's not a great setup, this. Having the road crossing over the train tracks. Now we've got more demand on the go, more stuff going on. Is it time that we now solve this issue? I think yes. Now, is it easier to sync the train line? 100%. I think it will be a lot easier to sync the train line. So if I pause now, and let's just say I delete you, just to there for a minute. If I deleted you back. Yeah, let's just go to there. Let's delete you back to there. And what we'll do is we'll grab the train line now. And we'll do this side first. Can I run them in parallel? Were they spaced out parallel? Yeah, at 2.5. So if I bring this down to... Oh, it's probably better to kind of drop the land as well, isn't it? Right, how busy is that junction? I don't know how busy this junction is at the minute because the train stopped the traffic, so the junction could not be busy. So I'm going to go off the basis that the junction is not busy at the minute. And if I upgrade that to be bridges, because we're going to drop the land slightly. And then bring the brush size down. So level you, bring you down. Let's bring it down to, is 0 too much? All right, let's go a little bit of a triangle. All right, there we go. Bring you back to there. And then grab you to normal. And then run it to there. Oh, hang on. We're still elevated here. Right. That might be too low. Looking at it. That's way too low. So. Oh, we're minus 10. That's why. So if I bought that there. Now that one side is fine. Oh, this is way too low, isn't it? This is actually way too low. So let me grab a 4. Right, we dropped it by 4. And then bring you there. And then... Is it much of a difference? It's not really much of a difference, is it? No. So if I just quickly bring you in, just so I can delete you. And then from there to there, let me anarchy this. So it brings you up. So that's all back in as normal. Let's get rid of parallel now. And then look towards bringing this. Down by 2.5 to begin with. And then for a bend coming up. That's a 79 by 80. Run you in. And it's just a case then of just now actually fine-tuning it all. Just fine-tune it all slightly. Bring you down. Maybe bring you slightly up. Just play around with it all. And then how does it look over here? Without messing around with it too much, I think that will do. That will do. We'll soften the terrain now around it. So doing the terrain over just allowing the terrain to drop with the train tracks means that I can better smooth the terrain around us. Alright, so it pushes back a bit. All over. There we go. And then now without a junction. Now obviously, I don't know how busy this is. At the minute, it feels super busy because the train tracks have had to kind of low-key stop. Now, it could be that I need a roundabout here. Just to allow a bit more freedom, a bit more flow. I could do with having additional lanes, which will allow more vehicles on the junction. But once the backlog's cleared, then we'll judge how busy this is. Because it might not warrant me doing anything. Once the initial backlog has passed, it could be just minimal traffic like this consistently throughout the day where I'm not worried about anything. You know what I mean? I could extend this road coming up. Hold on, have we got an issue? So apparently... Oh, hold on. Which side of the track was that on? Did that go on the other side as well? That's the wrong type there. Right, I've messed up here somewhere, haven't I? I should have checked where stuff was running. Right, what's your issue? Pathfinding failure? Right, there's something wrong here, isn't there? So where do you go? You go here. You go there. And you're meant to go there and then back there. So you can't get here. So how did you connect previously? Have I got issues elsewhere? So we can run through there fine, but it can't go back in. Did I have... Oh, is that an issue? Right, did I have something that allowed me to connect that way? Or did this also have the ability to run down? I'm not sure how that originally ran, if I'm not mistaken. But implementing that there has fixed it, but that's not the answer. You know what I mean? That is not the answer. Because it's going to completely stop my trains kind of coming in and out. Right, if I ran this also going straight. So let's run it to, say we run it to there. I could then in theory get rid of this. But then it means they've got to crisscross at some point. Which this doesn't do a great job of crisscrossing. So it's got to be on this line. But that looks horrible. That really does look horrible. That is so bad, that line. It's so bad. Even I don't like it before you say anything in the comment section. It is so bad, even I don't like it. Oh, it still doesn't work. What just happened there? It still doesn't work? Or there's something messed up? Right, that's the problem there. Right, so what's messed up over here then? We can't now get down here? Has there been a mess up on this line? What is now your issue? So that should be able to... I haven't changed anything here for this not to work. But we can't now get over to here. What is now messed up? There is clearly something broken here. Right, now it works. Oh my goodness me. I reckon it was an anarchy problem. Okay, this doesn't work, by the way. This is actually quite negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and it's probably a better way to do this, is I'm going to upgrade you like this. Right. Upgrade you coming down, because we need that 2 set of tracks, believe it or not. 2 set of tracks, and then coming off this here, let me see if I can kind of implement a complex curve. That allows us now, so we shouldn't have any issues, no issues, no issues, no issues, to run a cargo train up to here that will wait there for a train leaving. And I can vice versa do it the opposite way when needed. Because I don't like the fact that they wait there, because it holds up all the other train traffic. Right, after that big kerfuffle right there, boys, we're now good, okay? We can rest easy. Any more issues? There's an issue over there with the train track not connected, but that's because it is going to extend, which it doesn't right now. I think we're all good. So that does what it needs to do. So another cargo train can come in and wait for that one to leave and not wait on the main line. Perfect. Perfect, boys. That's exactly what I want it to do. Oh, will this actually now do it? Are you going to leave? How will this work? There we go. That one, it would have waited there, but it didn't need to. It's running straight in. So it no longer waits on the main line. That junction's not an issue. There's not enough traffic, but I could continue this road to lead it up to there to give us extra connections. I could make a road continue up this way and connect to there, give us extra options, extra connections. We're okay. I think now we are traffic free. So we can go back to our regularly scheduled updates. Like, I mean, first thing, I've got to soften all of this. Because this is slightly ridiculous, isn't it? You know what I mean? Let me reduce the brush strength, by the way. And I don't know whether that's now messed with my water. May or may not right now made it a little bit ridiculous. But what I might do is I might drop, and I don't want to say it, a water source. There's a lot of water sources over here. It's the lake constant fill source. And that should just add the final touches to make the water flow over, which, is it moving? I think we might be a little bit too high here. Right, bring it right down. And then, last thing I'm going to do is... Can we raise that up? Raise that up there. And then it should fill up quite nicely. And then not cause any issues. Right, terraforming, soften. There we go. There we go. Right, leave it like that before I do any more boo-boos. Right, guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash the like button down below. We now no longer have any traffic, so we'll see how long that lasts. Trains are coming in and out. They wait their turn, which is all good. No train jams anymore. Things seem to be running pretty smoothly. This is all now nice. Proper connections to Oak Bay. Glorious. Right, let's go back to expanding this. And by the looks of it, there is so many cars here. Damn! Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.